Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We're glad you're here. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Together, we're back here, our Musing Science and Technology channel.
Yeah, we're talking about a health concern or health issue regarding aging men. Not that some of us know anything about that. So,
loss of the Y chromosome in aging men is widespread and increasingly linked to serious diseases. I never knew this. Challenging assumptions that the Y has little biological importance beyond sex determination. As men age, some of their cells gradually lose the Y chromosome. For a long time, researchers assumed this change had little medical importance because the Y chromosome contains relatively few genes beyond those responsible for male development. Would you like to know more?
yeah, I was going to say that's not the only thing we lose as we age. So, that assumption is now being challenged. Over the past several years, studies have increasingly linked the loss of the Y chromosome to a variety of serious diseases affecting different organs and to a higher risk of earlier death. Advanced genetic tools have revealed that losing the Y chromosome is common in older men. The pattern becomes more pronounced with age. About 40% of men at 60 show evidence of Y loss, rising to 57% by age 90. Environmental exposures such as smoking and contact with carcinogens and also likely increase the likelihood of this chromosomal change. Okay, back to smoking, right? Don't smoke.
The loss does not happen uniformly across the body. Instead, only certain cells are affected. And once a cell loses the Y chromosome, all of its descendant cells lack it as well. Over time, this leads to a mosaic pattern with a mixture of cells that retain the Y and others that do not. In laboratory experiments, cells missing the Y chromosome divide more rapidly than typical cells. I'll say that again. Cells missing the Y chromosome divide more rapidly than typical cells, suggesting they may gain a growth advantage in tissues and possibly in tumors.
Okay, that's important, right?
Yeah.
Concerning and important. The Y chromosome is particularly prone to mistakes during cell division. It can be left behind in a little bag of membrane that gets lost.
What?
That sounds weird. So we would expect that tissues with rapidly dividing cells would suffer more from loss of Y, not Y as in WHY, but Y as in Y chromosome. The human Y is an odd little chromosome bearing only 51 protein coding genes, not counting multiple copies, compared with the thousands on other chromosomes. It plays crucial roles in sex determination and sperm function. But here we go. But was not thought to do much else. So obviously not.
The Y chromosome is frequently lost when cells are cultured in the lab. It is the only chromosome that can be lost without killing the cell. This suggests no specific functions encoded by Y genes are necessary for cellular growth and function. Indeed, males of some marsupial species jettison the Y chromosome early in their development, and evolution seems to be rapidly dispensing with it. In mammals, the Y has been degrading for 150 million years and has already been lost and replaced in some rodents. So the loss of Y in body tissue late in life should surely not be a drama.
Really? So marsupial, that's a kangaroo.
Yeah, kangaroo.
Okay. Despite its apparent uselessness to most cells in the body, evidence is accumulating that loss of Y is associated with severe health conditions, including, here we go, cardiovascular and neurodegenerative diseases and cancer. Several studies now show a relationship between loss of Y and cardiac disease. For instance, a very large German study found men over 60 with high frequencies of loss of Y had an increased risk of heart attacks. Okay.
Loss of Y has also been linked to death from COVID, which might explain the sex difference in mortality. A tenfold higher frequency of loss of Y has been found in Alzheimer's disease patients. Several studies have documented associations of loss of Y with various cancers in men. It is also associated with a poorer outcome for those who do have cancer. Loss of Y is common in cancer cells themselves, among other chromosome anomalies.
Figuring out what causes the links between loss of Y and health problems is difficult. They might occur because health problems cause loss of Y, or perhaps a third factor might cause both. This is very confusing. Even strong associations can't prove causation. The association with kidney or heart disease could result from rapid cell division during organ repair, or for instance.
Cancer associations might reflect a genetic predisposition for genome instability. Indeed, whole genome association studies show loss of Y frequency is about 1/3 genetic, involving 150 identified genes largely involved in cell cycle regulation and cancer susceptibility. However, one mouse study points to a direct effect. Researchers transplanted Y-deficient blood cells into irradiated mice.
Wow.
That sounds ghastly.
Yeah.
Which then displayed increased frequencies of age-related pathologies, including poor cardiac function and subsequent heart failure. Oh my gosh.
Poor mice. Man.
Yeah.
Similarly, loss of Y from cancer cells seems to affect cell growth and malignancy directly, possibly driving eye melanoma, which is more frequent in men. The clinical effects of loss of Y suggest the Y chromosome has important functions in body cells, but given how few genes it hosts, how? The male determining SRY gene found on the Y is expressed widely in the body, but the only effect ascribed to it is activity in the brain. It's in the brain is complicity in causing Parkinson's disease. Okay. The 4 genes essential for making sperm are active only in the testes.
See, this is why we need so much sympathy. Men do. You know what I'm saying?
We do. A lot of this stuff is not our fault, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It just happens. Yeah.
But among the other 46 genes on the Y, several are widely expressed and have essential functions in gene activity regulation. Several are known cancer suppressors. These genes all have copies on the X chromosome, so both males and females have 2 copies. It may be that the absence of a second copy in Y-less cells causes some kind of dysregulation.
As well as these protein-coded genes, the Y contains many non-coding genes. These are transcribed into RNA molecules, but never translated into proteins. At least some of these non-coding genes seem to control the function of other genes. This might explain why the Y chromosome can affect the activity of genes on many other chromosomes. Loss of Y affects expression of some genes in the cells that make blood cells, as well as others that regulate immune function. It may also indirectly affect the differentiation of blood cell types and heart function.
The DNA of the human Y was only fully sequenced a couple of years ago, so in time, we may track down how particular genes cause these negative health effects.
Okay,
Man,
so
we got it rough.
What I was going to say is this is very confusing, and a lot of Y's and a lot of initial or just letters. Can we get Y chromosome injections? They gave them to the mice or the whatever. Can we get them?
I don't know. I mean, it's built into the cell, so I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Can they inject?
If the mice can get them, why can't us?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, man, for all of us that wear our stuff on the outside, this is bad stuff. This is bad stuff. So
I've just spiraled into a depression during this segment. So I think I'm going to need counseling to get out of this depression.
Well, we'll see if we can cheer you up before our next segment this afternoon.
Thanks, folks. We'll catch you.
Take care, everyone. Thanks. Bye.